and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Keera, and if you like urban legends, paranormal things, or anything unexplainable, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. We are going to be continuing on our series for things that happen in Canada that are creepy and unexplainable, and today we are going to be talking about the monster of Thetis Lake. Canada is a country that has a lot of urban legends. With its vast amount of land that consists of farmlands, cities, lakes, mountains, and many other natural areas, which leaves a lot of room for creatures and unexplainable things to live, happen, and occur. And the amount of unexplainable things that happen in lakes alone is a lot, and a really big number. And today, we will be talking about one of those unexplainable things that have happened in a lake in Canada. On August 18th, 1972, 16-year-old Gordon Pike and 17-year-old Robin Flewlin were swimming in one of British Columbia's lakes, which is in Thetis Lake. While they were swimming, they were approached by an extremely strange animal in the water. They described it as almost like this silver creature. The monster of Thetis Lake has been described as a triangular-shaped kind of body, about 5 feet high, 5 feet across from the base, and said to be around 5 foot 3 inches tall. It is also said that it has super sharp teeth, almost like razors. It was a fluorescent gray in color, and had spikes or some kind of points sticking out of the top of its head. Some have even said that the creature has been seen with big ears, but I will say not everybody who has seen it has described it having big ears. That kind of all depends on what you see, what the person's own perspective was seeing this creature. Robin did reach out his hand to try and touch this creature, and in turn was bit by this strange thing with razor-sharp teeth. This caused the boys to splash around frantically, trying to get back to shore and put as much distance in between them and this creature as possible. The creature left 6 very tiny bite marks in the boy's hand. The newspapers and media loved the story of a monster being in Thetis Lake, and it got a lot of attention with articles being pushed out almost daily for a short amount of time. On August 22nd, 1972, an article was published in the British Columbia Victoria Times, and people who read it said this was a sensational article that they had released. And on the 4th page under the headline, "Thetis Monster Seen by Boys" was printed on the page. And you can just imagine how crazy everybody went reading this article, considering there was eyewitness accounts. And since it was on the 4th page, it was very likely that anybody who picked up that magazine or article 100% would have read this article. The title for this article was very enticing too, because a monster in Thetis Lake? What does that even mean? The boys returned to the lake the next night to see if what they had seen the day prior was actually real. But considering one of them did get bit by this creature and had an actual flesh wound, you'd think that they would not go back, and that would not be a very smart choice. In fact, it was an extremely dangerous choice these 2 teens made for a second time in a row. The first one, sticking your hand to an unsuspecting little monster that's just gonna try to bite you. Second is showing up the second day trying to see this creature again. I'm just gonna say, if you ever come across anything scary or suspicious or weird and it bites you, do not go back the next day. Like, worst idea of your life. As they sat and waited, the creature appeared in front of them, perched on a rock near one of the concession stands on the beach. Days after the first and second sighting, they went back with more people. More sightings did happen to occur, and a lot of people said when they would see it, it would stick its head out of the water and slowly submerge itself back in, to the point where you could not see it anymore. Eventually, the RCMP got a lot of calls and reports on seeing this strange creature that was lurking around in Thetis Lake. Many people did gain a bunch of theories on what it could be. Some people thought that it could be some type of alien, others thought a possible mermaid or merman or some kind of sea creature, or some type of mythical creature like Ogopogo. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, but it is similar to this in a way. But the strangest theory on what it could be happened when the RCMP got one specific call. A local man called the RCMP to inform them that the creature might be his lost tegu or tegu lizard, which is a predatory South American reptile, which had disappeared from his home only a year prior. He personally thought that his lizard had passed away somewhere, but as he started hearing the descriptions that people were saying as they were seeing the monster in Thetis Lake, he started to question everything. When the boys described there being 3 lumps or spikes on the top of its head, he said that it perfectly matched the description and characteristics of his lost lizard. But no one ever really took that claim seriously, but it is the strangest one the RCMP had gotten. As the years went on, many people began to theorize and come up with their own theories for what this monster could be. In 1999, a cryptozoologist, Lori Coleman and Patrick Hygiene, stated that the Thetis Lake Monster was being classified in the category of merm being. If you don't know what a mer being is, it is a creature or a being which encompasses mermaids or sea apes, lizard men, and even the infamous chupacabra. The chupacabra is one of the best urban legends that are out there, and there's been a lot of proof and evidence behind it. And it is an urban legend that I will discuss one day on this channel, but I promise that video is still yet to come. I don't want to kind of explain in this video because there is a lot to unpack, and I feel like it deserves its own video just to itself. The two also stated that mer beings are typically shorter than the average man, and they generally are very lean and wiry. And it was also discovered that there might be a connection between the monster of Thetis Lake and the Tchmos. I can guarantee I did not say that correctly, and I'm very sorry, so I will just put it right here. And if you know how to pronounce this, let me know down below, because I tried to look it up. I couldn't find how to pronounce it, so I just did my best guess. But anyways, there is a comparison brought up between the two of them, and it was put on the table and discussed for a very long time. The Tchmos is a legendary aquatic creature of Haida tradition, the Haida being one of the first indigenous people to Haida or the Queen Charlotte Islands, which lies about 135 miles northwest of Vancouver Island. In 2001, the Thetis Lake Monster was considered and classified as a species of lizardman. George M. Eberthart described a lizardman as a scaly bipedal humanoid with reptilian features, which has been spotted all across the United States, from the swamps in South Carolina to the deserts of Southern California. Eberhard also proposed 5 possible identities for these frightening animals and creatures that he described, including a hairy body like a Sasquatch, an extraterrestrial like an alien being, a surviving specimen of a meat-eating dinosaur called Caliophysis, and a misidentified great gray owl. Over the years, many people have tried to debunk the Thetis monster, and a lot of them tried to prove that it was just a hoax. The people and the scientists who have tried to debunk it have all come to the conclusion that has led them to believe that this is a perfectly created urban legend or cryptid, because it hits every single marker for what grows to be an urban legend, which consists of 2 or more people seeing it for the first time, and word travels and people gain a fascination with it to the point where they are desperate to see this creature or monster or urban legend for themselves. And from there, it kept growing and growing. It is the staple for any urban legend that is going to get big, is people's fascination and desire to want to see it themselves. There was even talk that some of the teens that had seen the creature originally stated years later that it was all just a lie they made up. But again, nobody can confirm or deny that except for the person who said this themselves. Like any urban legend, there isn't that much knowledge or background or history on what these things could be because they are so elusive. They grow and evolve as time goes on. I personally would love to hear your thoughts on the Thetis Lake Monster. And if you've ever seen this creature before, leave a comment, let us know. I would personally love to read if you have any stories personally about seeing this creature. I feel like there's so many different reports on what it looks like to the point where you kind of don't know. All we for sure know is that it's this gray creature that has a super lengthy, skinny body that is around 5'3" and has these kind of bumps or spikes coming off of the top of its head. But I'm curious if it does have ears. I feel like from the descriptions, the ears would make it like, I'm not gonna say that it would look weird. I feel like it would just look like a little sea creature with elf ears. That's what my brain's going to right now though. Also, if you have any other theories on what this creature could be, I 100% would love to hear your theories. Personally, I believe it is kind of like Ogopogo. It is just a sea creature that's just chilling in the lake. Well, I mean, considering it did bite somebody, I would be a little concerned, but to be fair, that kid probably put his hand right in its mouth. But anyways, that concludes our video for today. There isn't much known about the Thetis Lake Monster, but I 100% would love to learn more about it. But anyways, make sure to give the video a like. It lets me know that you want to see more urban legends and stuff like this. Also, leave a comment, answer some of the questions if you've seen it, what's your theories on it. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good morning, evening, or night, depending when you're watching this. Bye guys!